Hello and welcome to another update video about Optimism. OP is currently following our forecast, so it's not a surprise that it's breaking down here at the moment. Last updates they were quite consistent in that we were looking for a breakdown to $1.16 roughly. After it actually broke out of this, at the time we had here an ascending wedge pattern on the chart. I can't remember how exactly we had drawn it, but I think it was like that. So we had an ascending wedge pattern. This was expected to break to the downside. First target was the beginning of the wedge down here around $1.16. It came down quite rapidly on the 17th of August to that level. It was sort of there in the charts already. Bitcoin's liquidation event accelerated all of this a little bit, so that kind of helped us, with our forecast and just getting it all sorted out here. And then we had a expected pullback into resistance here. We had resistance all the way up to $1.67, so we didn't want it to break, but we wanted it to get there and stay below it, which happened. Then it came down. Highlighted to you, I think, in the last video that we had a 5-wave move down here. Bigger picture, honestly, very difficult to determine what exactly this is from an Elliott Wave point of view, but the focus should be on the downside, and it was. And now obviously this worked out nicely, because the idea was that, okay, look, either in a very bearish interpretation, this move down was a wave 1, the pullback was a wave 2, and we're now coming down in the third wave. Then there should be a fourth and a fifth, eventually sending price down to new bear market lows. Or we're just dealing here with an ABC structure and it's forming some kind of a massive triangle here, and it's not going to make a new bear market low, but just may continue to move in like 3-wave structures here, something like that. Okay, so therefore it's very hard to say what exactly it is. I'm considering a triangle. You can see that here. We've got trend lines that we can look at. So I just want to make everybody aware of the likelihood this could turn into some kind of a triangle and not make new lows. But from up here, lows were expected, lower lows, yeah, or at least further decline. That's happening right now. I'm very happy with that. I gave you 5 waves down in the last video, 3 waves up. I gave you another resistance area for this move up. $1.65 did hold. Yeah, and again, perfect. So now it looks to me as if we are coming down in the next 5-wave move. Again, it's very difficult looking at the bigger picture to say what exactly this is. So yeah, I mean, we can look at Fibonacci extensions. Maybe they can give us a clue where this should be heading next. But I'm kind of, I'm kind of saying, okay, we had 2 to 3 really good moves that we forecasted. So now it's a bit of a wait and see. Okay, so I think the time to be aggressive is over here, because again, this could just turn into a triangle. I think now it's again waiting for clarity. We had a nice period of clarity, yeah, with that drop, the recovery, and now another drop. But yeah, I mean, there is certainly going to be support around that $1.16 area again. Looking at Fibonacci extensions for the move to the downside here, I mean, yeah, $1.16, that's the 78.6 extension level, and then the 1-to-1 ratio is one to watch, basically around about $1.05. And I would focus on lower at the moment against the last swing high at $1.54. So the focus should be still on lower, but it's very hard to say what the microstructures are. Certainly we had a 5-wave move down, we had an ABC structure to the upside, and this seems to be another here, 1, 2, yeah, 3, possibly 4 and 5. So we have another 5-wave move down. But I mean, how on earth is this sort of, it's hard to say really. Okay. I mean, if we say, okay, we have potentially here a wave 1, a wave 2, this could be a third, then a fourth and a fifth. Yeah. So question mark basically. Okay. Just changing the wave degrees here. I think this is reasonable. So basically, yeah, this is heading down lower, but Yeah, we'll see. The trend is down, certainly against that last swing high at $1.53, $1.54. Okay, looking at the microstructures, there is another level of resistance, and that would be the 50% fib level at $1.40. That's the 50% fib level, a first indication that it's going to do a bit of a larger corrective rally. Will be a break above $1.40, but I can tell you now this is sort of not reliable. But yeah, the trend is down clearly. You can even add a descending. I mean, let me take this wedge pattern out. We don't need that anymore, and I also don't need that $1.67 resistance anymore. So there's a trend line we can draw here. So there might be occasional pullbacks to the trend line. So that could be like a small short trade setup whenever you have pullbacks, but we'll see how that develops. Yeah, hope you liked the update about optimism. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.